Welcome to Zungumza Naye. I'm your host Nala. Today, we're talking about a difficult but important subject, the shame that stigma brings on teenage pregnancies. With me are Auntie Malkia
Sasa.
and Baba Baraka.
Niaje.
Together, we'll unpack how stigma affects young mothers and what communities and faith leaders can do to change their story. In many communities, stigma begins even before pregnancy. If a teenage boy and girl are seen walking together, society may assume they are in a sexual relationship. This creates suspicion and judgment, and when pregnancy happens, the girl faces shame, ridicule, or rejection. Let's hear from Mwanakombo, a teenager from Kilifi County.
Alafu pengine nimeona ashaharibikiwa maisha yake, yani pengine tuseme ashapata ujauzito, yani huwa naona kama yani ni aibu kwangu mimi.
Stigma doesn't just come from society. Teen moms often internalize it, seeing themselves as failures. This self-blame deepens isolation and depression and keeps them away from school and the health care they need during pregnancy. I spoke to Pastor Rose Achieng, who has worked closely with teenage mothers in her church and community.
Mosemako ich moiu kapod noko paro no ningo makiche seche go to poka icho junte buoko ge kabisa kata kaluwore kata gi nyithindo ma wan kanisa kata dala kuchina ka gino kasa mapoko yangore mong'ere to gino kungo chande kobire kanisa to ng'ama nigi sida pile pile neno kata ma face mar wan kata neno ka okosiriki gi ji kaka nchen chon.
Faith leaders have a responsibility to shift this mindset. Instead of pointing fingers, we must work with our pregnant teenagers and young mothers, showing them dignity and love.
I once spoke with Tracy, a young woman who believes faith leaders should go beyond judgment and help girls rebuild their lives.
Nejo yalo marito wa kanisni awacho ni ich oken richo ngeni nyathi ma nyako noko kelo ijni kende e gwengewa mang'eny pile ka pile ka nyathi ma nyako osebedo mapek tisiemo wang'e nyathi nyoka gane ni nyocha waneno ka wang'e tar nyocha wang'e chikore ahinya sani opek ooyo kaw nyathini bed kode piny wuo kode nikech sama usiemo wengenegi onya paro dhi chikore kata e aora mondo otho nya kata paro dhi kawo tol mondo otwerego mondo otho gi nyathineni. Moloyo waningore wakaw nyithindogi kamagwa wapuonjgi wa provide negi kata matin ka matin to wang'e kata ni nyathini bang' kosenyuol to watere kata e vocational training mane. What next are we going to do for this girl? Onigore wakonygi, onigore wahergi, wawuo kodgi kamagwa, kik wasiemgi, kik wawach gima rach. En gima intiere to kosebedo to bichak ipuonjogi apuonja ni there is life, nitiere ngima bang' mako ich. Nyathi en gweth to kobiro ikawe.
We need safe spaces in our society and faith communities. Places where young mothers are not condemned but supported.
Pastor Rose's work in Migori shows this is possible.
By creating non-judgmental structures, faith leaders can help girls stay in school, access healthcare, and live with dignity.
Pastor Rose, itimo gang'o sama nyithindo man gi ich obiro e kanisa ni nyatike?
Koro seche go kobiro to ka en e kanisa to waluonge watimone counseling. Jayalo nyalo penje kaka mama bishop, anyalo penje ni tang'o ma in go kata ng'a tim. Koro kitemo wuoyo kode matut kabisa kiywaye machiegni to nyalo nyisi gima en. Onyalo fwenyo ni en gi ich kata ne pod ijno pod tin kata onyalo fwenyo ni okale e sida makam. Lakini aseneno man gi ich nitie mwawuoyo kodgi magi konyore magi rito nyithindgi magi nyuol magi chak dog e skul.
Much of this stigma is fueled by silence, family, schools, and churches avoiding conversations on sexuality and reproductive health. This silence leaves teens unprepared, afraid to seek care, and vulnerable to unintended pregnancies.
But it doesn't have to be this way, Nala. Communities can encourage open conversations between parents and children, support girls to return to school after pregnancy, challenge harmful myths about contraception, and build safe and youth-friendly health services.
Very true, Auntie Malkia. When we replace shame with understanding, teenage mothers can thrive instead of being pushed into isolation and condemnation.
Teenage pregnancy should not be a source of lifelong shame. It is a reality that requires compassion, sensitization, and support. To all faith leaders, parents, and communities, let's build safe spaces where no girl is judged for being a mother but empowered to continue her journey. And as we always say, tuzi normalize issues.